What's going on, peoples of the internet? This is Rarthus2. Don't bother pronouncing it, it's not worth it. But fuck it, let's move on to the main attraction. The most original idea thought up by us as a species. A countdown video. As far as quality games go, 2012 has had many ups and downs so far. With games like Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City and Never Dead tasting like rotten shit sandwiches. But there's one part of every year that every gamer looks forward to. The fall season. The season where the most blockbuster games are known to be released. And 2012 was looking to be one of the best. Was. But now so many games have been announced for or delayed to 2013. Like this one. And this one. And this one. Just to name a few. So I'll be 100% honest when I say that making a video like this wasn't easy, since so many of my hyped games are now sitting on a 2013 release date. In fact, because of which, this is going to be a top 5 countdown, as opposed to the usual 10. Because I don't want Sniper Ghost Warrior 2, or Epic Mickey 2, or Just Dance 4. And can someone tell me who the fuck is gonna play Fable The Journey? Oh, and Wii U? Yeah, no. So, let's go ahead and start my the top 5 most anticipated video games of fall 2012. And why the fuck are we getting another Halo? Number 5. Need for Speed Most Wanted. Anyone who knows me knows I'm not the biggest fan of racing games. But those same people would also know that the one racing franchise I have always played is Burnout. Recently I bought Burnout 3 on Xbox Live and the awesome memories flew in. And then I remember that Criterion, creators of Burnout, were given the reins of the Need for Speed franchise, with Need for Speed Hot Pursuit being a damn good reboot. It was basically Need for Speed meets Burnout, a polished and addictive racer of the Need for Speed quality, mixed with the holy shit I crashed, oh my god, look at that crash girl physics of Burnout. In fact, people loved Hot Pursuit so much that, again, it convinced EA to let Criterion make all the future Need for Speed games. Because clearly they realized that they fucked themselves hard given the reviews of Undercover and The Run, of which no one played, and the few that did regretted it immediately. And while I do still hope for a true successor to Burnout Revenge, waiting for that seems tolerable if Criterion is going to keep making Need for Speed games like Hot Pursuit. And Most Wanted, being the next in line, sure seems to be living up to its title. So, personally, I can't wait to get back into the driver's seat. Number 4. Borderlands 2. Borderlands 1 was an unforeseen hit, critically and financially. People loved Pandora and the gameplay it brought. The gun customization was amazing, it blew my mind. Best part, I got the Game of the Year edition on Steam a while back for like $6. Best value ever. But it wasn't perfect. The story was weak, enemies were repeated, and organizing the zillion guns through the menus definitely needed fixing. Thankfully, Gearbox noticed these problems and seems to be giving the fans what they want. Improved story, varied enemies, and more guns. The new characters also looked, they looked the part, they look nice. Congrats, Gearbox. This might actually make me forget that Aliens Colonial Marines isn't coming out until next, oh god, I just remembered. Fuck! Number 3. PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. This game seems to be getting a lot of unfair criticism because of how it's clearly a Smash Brothers clone. But really, guys, does that matter? I mean, does it matter? We've all been asking for a game like this for years, and how the hell else would a game like this work if it wasn't like Smash Brothers? In fact, based on recent trailers, this game might even be more varied than Smash Brothers thanks to the third-party support. I mean, yeah, Brawl had Sonic and Snake, but all Battle Royale, we're getting Big Daddy of BioShock and Mustache Man of Tekken. Imagine all the other third-party characters that could be in it too. I mean, we could get Isaac from Dead Space, or Chell from Portal, or John Marston from Red Dead Redemption. People need to shut the fuck up about this game being a copy, because it is, alright? It is a Smash Brothers clone, Everybody knows it, it's not a goddamn mystery, and guess what? I still want it. Number 2. Resident Evil 6. Oh, them zombies are acting up again. Wait, zombies? That's right, after being on hiatus during RE4 and 5, them good old zombies are coming back and in the newest numbered installment of the Resident Evil franchise with Resident Evil 6. A game that seems to be bringing a lot to the table with return of fan favorites Chris Redfield, Ada Wong, Hunnigan, and Leon Scott Kennedy. Speaking of whom, anyone else notice that Leon only seems to show up in like every second game? RE2, Leon, RE4, Leon, and now RE6, Leon. Just thought that was cool. Anyway, what makes me pumped for Resident Evil 6 is the style that Capcom is going for the game. The game is split into 3 playable acts with different playable characters. You'll play as Leon, Chris, and newcomer Jake Muller, who turns out to be the son of Albert Wesker. Fuck it. And all 3 play differently. As Leon, the game seems to feel a lot more like older Resident Evil games. As Chris, the game plays close to the style of RE5. And as Jake, the game seems to be a mix of the two with a little more focus on melee. It's hard to tell. But unfortunately, the game seems to be continuing the idea of co-op that RE5 came up with. Every one of those 3 campaigns will have a co-op partner that is either played by an AI or another player. All in all, though, the game does look like a great combination of old and new, and I hope the game turned out to be as good as it looks, assuming that Capcom fixes the bugs that everyone seems to be having in Resident Evil 6. Now, I haven't played the demo of RE6 yet because I didn't buy Dragon's Dogma, but that's the demo from E3 this year, alright? I highly doubt they really touched anything. I think they kind of just gave it to us as is. So the idea of them not fixing bugs in a game that has over 600 people working on seems unlikely. But all in all, it does look good, and I can't wait for it to come out. And the number 1 game of 2012, the fall season that I can't wait for is Assassin's Creed 3. Brotherhood and Revelations worked sequels. That said, on to the game. I've been playing the Assassin's Creed games since the first in 2007. I have followed the franchise ever since. Some of my fondest memories have been with Altair and Ezio, and now it looks like I'll be sharing some with the series' newest assassin, Connor, the franchise's first Native American assassin. And what better setting for such a guy than the goddamn American Revolution? Yeah, some people freaked about the new setting, but I really love it. Back in high school, that era was one of my favorite periods in time during history. And now I'm getting a game of it with assassins. Learning is fun. Famous American figures such as George Washington and Benjamin Franklin will also be making appearances in this game, with the latter being believed to be the Da Vinci of the game, making all your weapons and improvements and shit. This is the game that the main Ubisoft team has been working on since Assassin's Creed 2 in 2009, and the smaller teams were handling the I call them expansions, Brotherhood and Revelations. Now, Desmond's story will be coming to an end in 2012 in Assassin's Creed 3, but as the true sequel to Assassin's Creed 2, it well deserves the number 1 spot. And, it well deserves my number 1 most anticipated game of fall of 2012. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I look forward to your bitching in the comments for excluding Black Ops 2 and Halo 4. Thank you, everyone, and go fuck yourselves.